So guys, after you see the demo and how it's work and how we can implement simple REST API, so let's now start our project, which is REST API that can connect to the database. So in this project, we will use MySQL. We will use also Spring Boot and JPA. So let's get started. We will start new project and then others. We will start, as we say, Spring starter project. Next, we will not change anything here. If you want to change only this, you can change. If you want also change the other one, which is the package name here, okay, your company name. Next, we will use Spring and Spring Web. And this is actually if you want to use design some website. Okay, next, that's all what we need. Finish. So it's almost ready now. We have only this application. So what do you think, guys, if we run this application? Okay, it's failed. Application is failed. Why? Because we add many dependencies, and we told the Spring Boot that we will use MySQL, but we don't add any database. We don't add URL of the database. So the first step, maybe we can, okay, just copy this, and you see what's the difference between this and the previous project. Here we have to copy the URL, the username, the password in this file, source, and then application properties. So if we run now the application, I think it will work. So it's work. But if we request anything, it will not work. So the same, still error. So because we don't have any controller yet, so first things, we have to start a new controller. Okay, let me copy this from here. Okay, the employee entity. How many you have a table? So you should have and corresponding and associated entities in your table or in your project. So guys, the first things, actually we have to list, or we have to design the entities. So I already show you how to create the entities file. So here's our entities file. I copy this one, all. So all this class, you know how to create this class. So what the next? I mean, what's this? So what we have in this class, actually we have the entity, which is the table, and here the table name. This is the employee, the table name. So here the entity, and then here the date, the methods and the elements of the database. We have demo one. I think we have the two tables. We have employee and employee. We work on this. Yes, we work on this. So here is the table. We have one table, so we use that table. Okay, next we have to go and implement the controller. So the same thing, I will copy, and then I will show you what we have in that controller. So guys, here we have, it's a class. Controller is a class, but you have to, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, we have to annotate this as REST controller. Then we can use it, we can request, or we can call these functions from the website. So we have the first one, it's get map, which will come to our project. Let's say, okay, just to change the name. And then here also the get map, but here we want to call all or view all the data in the tables. So here, guys, we have here find all. Find all is a methods in employee repository. We don't have now employee repository, and this is the second step where we have to now create another class, which is employee repository. Employee is a class. Let's create it. Okay, first, okay, it's interfaces, not classes, because it will these methods, all these methods is already implemented in these classes, which is the employee repository. So we will create only interfaces. Okay, so here it's now we have to extend these from JPA repository. Yes, this is the JPA repository. Okay, now here we have to write the type of the entity itself. So here we have employee, and here we have to write the name, or not the name, the type of what? The type of the first or the primary key. What we have here, the primary key, it's long. We divide it as a long, so there it will be also wrong. So what the next? Now let's go back to our controller. As I mentioned here, now there is no errors. So we have this function. Okay, the employee controller now use this repository interface to call these methods, which is find methods that we can use it to access to the database. So we have, for example, the first method, which is find all. We have find by ID, we have save, we have delete. So let's see where's there these methods. So here is the methods. If you find, you will find all the list of methods that you needed. Maybe also you don't change this file, just read and use these methods. So guys, that's all. We done our implementations. So now if you want to use this file, actually it's important to write this when we use get, when we use post. So when we want to add something to the database, we have to use post. If you want to request something, we have to use get. So based on the method that will use it. So now guys, if you want to run our application, we have to start the application. So let's run the application now. Spring Boot apps. Okay, no error, that's fine. So go. So now if we run this also, it's error because we add in the controller. Now we have employee. We have to add this request mapping. Previously we don't put this, means that we just local host. Now we have to add this to our URL. So now if we want to request, for example, or any, okay, it's fine. 3, or if I write all. So guys, even if we use this also, okay, it's error. What's the error? Post, we have to put get. Okay, all is show all. And if you want to add, if you want to update, actually adding and updating the data, you have to send the data. So I prefer to use this postman because actually we have to specify the method that we use in the method itself. When we write the methods here, also we have to write, okay, you will receive it as, for example, JSON file, I mean the data, you will receive it as a JSON file. So here now we sent that this data will be as a JSON file or as another type of file from from this application. Okay guys, that's all. Okay guys, before I end, this is very important things. Okay guys, as you see here, I make it very simple. I'm trying to make it very simple, so I start with just something to just print the file, right? Print the message. After that we add a few classes, just the important classes, only the important classes. Means we need the entity, so I add the entity. After that, the controller to call the methods, the main methods, which is find all, save, and so on, and the repository, which is the class that contains these methods. So the basic classes. So guys, but when you implement your works with a project, you have to use the standard way. So guys, you have to combine all the similar file together in one package. So how to do that? Actually, it's easy. Just go to the file or the package name. So here, and you change the package name to, for example, here entities. So you put now the employee into the entities package, and then move these to the new package, and do the same for the other things. After that, check if there is any error. You have to correct that error. No error here, no error here, no error here. Okay guys, I think that's all. If we run it, should we have? If we run it, does it work? Okay, yes, if it's work, no errors. Just let me check. Okay, that's fine. So guys, we have this the last one. Let's see, is it working? It's 20. Yes, done.